What is going on, all of you Nintendo fans out there in the world? I am Mega Am, so thank you for watching this YouTube video. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, I appreciate you stopping by, and I apologize for I'm going to stumble all over my words today because I'm very tired. The reason for that is that I was up fairly late last night pre-ordering the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States. The pre-orders finally went up after being delayed, and yeah, it was an interesting experience. Especially, I wanted to make this into a quick video. I don't want to make this too long, but knowing me, I'm gonna ramble. We'll see. Just because like this was the first time I've ever pre-ordered a system at launch. Like, I've never done that before, right? It took me a while to get into Nintendo consoles. Like, I got some pretty early on. Like, the Switch I got around Christmas of 2017. My parents got it for me for Christmas. Then I was a sophomore in college when I was a freshman when it came out. But honestly, I didn't even bother finding when it launched. But my parents got it for me for Christmas. Wii U I got when Smash 4 came out, so that was a few years after launch. 3DS was pretty close to launch. I think that was the closest I've ever gotten a system to launch. But still, it also wasn't right away. The Switch 2 is the first time that I am like trying to get on there day one, and I have. I have a pre-order. I got it in through Best Buy last night, and I kind of wanted to reflect on the overall process and what I think is good and what's not, and kind of my overall thoughts in it. Just overall, it's just stressful. There was a moment last night. It took a while. There was a moment last night where I was about to just like give up and be like, I'm done. It was like 1:30 a.m. I'm just like, what am I doing here? I'm so tired. Shout out to Chase. He got his in through, and Brandon, both of my friends, they got him in through Target, which they were able to do. I just personally didn't want to shop at Target. I ended up doing Best Buy as my primary choice, and then I also had Walmart open as well. I had the different tabs open on the screens. Originally, I was going to try to do the, because really what I wanted to do is get Mario Kart physically, which, yes, I know it's $30 extra. I personally wanted to pay for that. So I said, okay, let me do the base model, or what Best Buy had is they had these packages where they packed in physical games or even some accessories with the base Switch 2 model. And so I was originally like, okay, let me do the Mario Kart one because Mario Kart launched on the same day. Now I can have them both. But once midnight hit in the US in my time zone, Best Buy wasn't loading. Like, the button still said coming soon. You couldn't pre-order anything. Meanwhile, Chase was working on Target and it was adding it to his cart and constantly canceling his orders whenever we tried to put them in. And Walmart was just freaking out, trying to verify that I was a human and not a robot. Which, appreciate the attempt to try to get rid of bots, but they were still happening. They were still hitting the servers. And so Best Buy's just sitting there. I'm like, that's my method I'm hoping is working out. I'm like, what the hell is happening? And it was just kind of a struggle to even get there in the first place. Walmart, I eventually was able to add it to my cart, but then it kept refreshing and like blinking on and off, and it was like kept telling me like there was an issue with adding it to the cart, but at least I got it there. Eventually at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, it seemed to be almost on the dot at 12:30, Best Buy finally went live with the pre-order button. And so that's when I jumped in, ended up doing just the base model. I'm like, at this point, it's giving me this much trouble. I'm just going to go for the base model. So I didn't do the digital Mario Kart bundle. I went for the base model. Let me get the console. And Walmart wouldn't let me. Walmart kept saying unavailable, putting it in. But Best Buy, I ended up being in a line. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait in the line. About an hour goes by. Maybe it's more like 45 minutes. Sitting in this line at Best Buy. And then I just get kicked out. All of a sudden, I've been sitting there for a while. I was playing Star Overdrive on my Switch while I sat at the computer. Chase was long gone. We were on a call for a bit, but then he got his Target thing in. He went to sleep. So it's probably about 1:15, 1:20 a.m. Eastern time. And finally, I just get kicked out of the line in Best Buy. I'm like, what the hell was that about? And at this point, Walmart was a bust because now they're saying out of stock. And I keep refreshing, trying to add it back to the cart. It says out of stock. I'm like, great. That's a bust. So eventually I give up on Walmart. So Best Buy is my one only method. Like, that is it. If I can get it in, great. If I can't, I'm giving up, and that's it. I was literally like this. If I can't get it here, like, I'm not getting the Switch 2. At least not anytime soon. And so I'm sitting there. They kicked me out of the line. I'm like, okay, what the fuck was that about? Right? Jump right back in pretty quickly with the same system, just the base system. Back in line. Wait about another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm finally in. It finally adds to my cart. They have to verify my information. It logged me out of Best Buy, so I was freaking out. I'm like, I gotta do like the two-factor authentication to log back in, jump back in there. I get in there, it's in my cart. I check out, my card's not saved. Now, what's weird is I had saved the card I wanted to use prior to jumping on here for both Walmart and Best Buy. Now, Walmart was fine. It had the card details. Best Buy didn't. And what was weird was before midnight, I was watching this. A couple different pages on our site, in particular, the one with the payment methods wasn't loading. So I'm like, okay, something screwed up where it couldn't find my saved payment method. So I had to enter it from scratch once I finally got the Switch 2 in my card at like 1:35 a.m. And I'm like, ah, crap. Like, what are the odds it doesn't let me get in it? But thankfully, it reserved it for like 10 minutes, I think, is Best Buy's limit. And it was in my cart. And I entered my card details, I put it in, and I set it for pickup at the closest Best Buy to me. And said I was good. I got the confirmation email. It said the order went through. And as of this recording, it has not yet been canceled. Knock on wood, that doesn't actually happen. I guess a lot of Target orders were being canceled after people put them in, even like the morning after. So that was kind of brutal. That was in. And then I was like, okay, this is like 1:40 a.m. Console's in. However, I still want Mario Kart physically, and I want that carrying case because the thing is when the Switch 2 comes out on June 5th, the day after that, I am leaving for an extended vacation, kind of like an extended weekend, like a mini vacation. I'm like, I want to take this thing with me. I want to take Mario Kart with me on the plane if I can and play it there. So I'm like, give me that carrying case because I love playing portably. Let me have that carrying case so I can guarantee that I can take this with the screen protector as well and be able to hold physical games and keep that in traveling condition, right? So I'm like, all right, let's get in with the game, Mario Kart, in the case. At this point, I'm like, Donkey Kong, I'm going to wait to pre-order that later. Hopefully it'll still be available physically at that point. Then I have two different tabs open, one for Mario Kart, one for the Switch case. I try to click on both. Mario Kart says, sorry, this is taking longer than expected, and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. And I'm like, okay, nothing's happening there. The case, I get in another line, which is really funny to me. There was a line for the traveling case, just not the one that includes the dock, just the basic traveling case. I'm like, okay, this is random. And I'm sitting in there, and meanwhile, the other tab, there's no line. It's just saying it's taking a while to load. I'm like, okay, fine. Give it another 10 minutes. Eventually, Mario Kart goes through, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I add it in. I pick up same location, same day on June 5th, and boom, we're good with that. Then I'm just waiting for probably another like 15-20 minutes in line for the case. Finally, that goes through. Same pickup location, same day, boom. 3 different orders in, because I heard doing separate orders is best in case one of them has to get canceled or whatever. So now I have the base system, physical version of Mario Kart, and the carrying case ready to go for pickup on June 5th at this one Best Buy location, which is great. At this point, it's 2:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm tired. I log off. I go to bed. I wake up the next morning. No cancellations. Knock on wood, like I said. So as far as I'm aware, I am now locked into all the pre-orders I want to be, which is great. Now, it was a stressful experience. Like I said, there was a point in the middle there where I was just ready to give up. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just not playing the Switch 2. I'm going to play Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon Legends ZA on my Switch 1. I'll get a Switch 2 when I can, like in a year from now maybe, or maybe even longer. But I stuck it out for a little longer. I don't know what I'm going to give. Maybe like 3 a.m. I would have, if I still wasn't there, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to bed. But I stuck it out and ended up doing it. It was just, as my first like pre-ordering console experience, it was very stressful. Like even back in the day, I hear stories about, before like a lot of people did these pre-order things, like going to the midnight launches and just like waiting in line. Even that to me sounds stressful, because then it's like, what if they run out and you're just waiting in line all the time and it feels like you wasted time? To be honest, I didn't love the experience. I mean, I'm gonna like having it when I actually play it, assuming the pre-order, like I said, knock on wood, still comes in. But yeah, it was definitely a stressful experience and I almost gave up. But I stuck it through, pushed through, and here I am with the pre-orders that I wanted, at least for now. Now, what's funny is that at the time, I was like, oh, Target's probably the way to go because, again, shout out to Chase and Brandon. They got their orders in, and Chase in particular, I know, his kept on getting canceled over and over again. He'd get the confirmation email from Target, and then they said it was canceled. Eventually, he got it into the point where it wasn't canceled. I don't think Brandon had too much issue. But then the morning of, when I wake up, granted, I didn't get a lot of sleep because I was up till 2:30 a.m. I had to log on to remote work at 8:30 a.m. I hear all sorts of stuff about, Target canceling a bunch of pre-orders, Walmart, and I think Amazon delaying shipments. Walmart was originally guaranteeing. This is crazy to me. Walmart was like, we'll guarantee same-day delivery on June 5th by 9 a.m. I'm like, there is no way you can guarantee that. You cannot say that. And of course, everybody's Walmart pre-orders were getting delayed to at least like a few days later. So I'm like, wow, okay, I'm glad I didn't do Walmart, because I would be out of the state when that would show up, you know, if it wouldn't be day of. So it was weird to me they were trying to guarantee that. Like, no, you cannot guarantee that. Amazon's the one I didn't have a ton of exposure with, so definitely let me know in the comments below if you tried to order through Amazon. Just let me know where you tried to order through and if you got it or not. Yeah, Target was canceling pre-orders. My Best Buy was still there. It was still in there. It just, their website was not acting. It was acting up a little bit at midnight, and it took a while to get in, and you wait a little while, but once you're in, it seemed like it was good to go. And what I love about Best Buy is that they do the midnight launch, and you know, you can pick up in person. That's what I really liked about them, and that's what I wanted to do. And they've been reliable for me in the past, so that's why I wanted to go with them. And I'm glad I did, because now I have it in at my preferred retailer, and I'll be ready to pick it up on launch day, more than likely. So that's exciting. Then after the fact, what was really weird, this was so miscommunicated by Nintendo. They've been botching the communication with the Switch 2 left and right, with whether it's the game key cards or the game sharing, any of this stuff. Nintendo Switch 2 editions, any of this stuff. They've been botching the communication. It's been pretty bad. And the pre-orders were no exception, because I think their Nintendo Store pre-orders go live on May 8th or something like that. Let me know in the comments below. Then there's the whole priority system, which I think is separate, maybe earlier. It's a really weird system how they're doing it there. And then for whatever reason, GameStop didn't do the midnight launch. They did the midnight pre-orders the following day at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I heard that was an absolute shit show. I know a lot of people were going in person to GameStop to try to put in those pre-orders, but I heard just trying to do it online, like their website just kept going down and you could not use their website to pre-order Switch 2. So I don't know what they were thinking. To me, it was like maybe they were trying to offset it and not do it at the same time as all the other retailers to like try to maybe get some more people in. Maybe if someone failed at the midnight one, they could try to do the next one at GameStop, but still, it just like none of these retailers were ready to handle the demand. And we saw what happened with Japan, where there was like what 2.2 million interested pre-orders in Japan alone. And Nintendo said that very highly exceeded their expectations. They're like, we can't guarantee you're going to get one. And even then, with the My Nintendo Store, they're already saying we can't guarantee you're going to get it on launch day. So to me, it's like pre-order pickup is the way to go. And I think Best Buy is the only option for that in the US. I could be wrong about that. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But even Target like wasn't allowing for it. They were apparently just doing the shipments. So I don't really know what was going on there. It was a whole mess. This whole situation was a massive mess. I heard from some of my coworkers who tried to get one, and some didn't. Some just didn't realize it, and they forgot because the dates weren't being communicated clearly. And some people did get there, so some people got them through Target. I saw some Walmarts, which I was surprised by because it did not work out for me. But I ended up going through Best Buy, and it ended up working out okay. Like I said, it was just stressful, and it was not organized well at all. It was honestly, to be quite frank, it was a complete shit show. It was very disorganized, and what's weird is that we heard rumors about Nintendo preparing enough stock for these pre-orders. And I don't know if it's necessarily a stock issue or if a lot of it came down to like bots spamming the sites, retailers not doing a good enough job like controlling the traffic, maybe them not preparing for the amount of demand there. I don't know really who is at fault. Nintendo definitely miscommunicated dates for pre-orders and all sorts of stuff with the Switch 2. Like, no, there's no denying that. Like, they need to be held accountable for that. But this to me might be on the retailers. Like, I don't know. It felt like a mad rush. And to be honest, I feel super lucky I was even able to get one in, because I know there's plenty of people who couldn't. And I don't know when they're going to be able to get one in. I genuinely don't know if they'll be able even to get one this year. Like, I have no idea how bad it's going to be. You still have a couple more chances, mainly with like the Nintendo Store pre-orders, and you know, who knows if some will show up on other retailer sites if people cancel or whatever. But just to kind of wrap this reflection video off, I was kind of excited going into it. I'm like, ooh, kind of like stay up till midnight, be able to pre-order this, and like I came out of it just feeling deflated. Literally, like I said, I almost gave up like halfway through, and I was just like, I don't even care anymore. I'm not excited anymore. Like, the process of going through this made me less excited for the Switch 2, if that makes any sense. The fact that I now have the pre-order in, it's like, okay, it's more relief than excitement, which is it's not a great feeling to have, I'll be honest. But, you know, I really like how Mario Kart looks. I like how Donkey Kong looks. I want to be there early on to experience those games. I wish it wasn't this difficult. I don't know what would fix it. It's just a broken system we have, especially ordering online. I don't know. You know, I don't know how you would make this any better, but it's kind of a nightmare. I don't know. I'm glad it's done, at least. I'm just really, knock on wood, hoping no cancellation on any of those pre-orders I have in. If it's the case, even if it's a Mario Kart, that's fine. Just the console's the one thing I'm like, let me get this. Yeah, so we'll see. Right now, I'm preparing to pick it up on launch day from Best Buy. Those few orders I have for all of that, so we'll see. But I'm already running out of steam, so I'm gonna end this video right here. I'm very tired. Sorry for the rambling there, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I mean, let me know in the comments below if you tried to pre-order a Switch 2, like what retailers did you go through? Did you even get one at all? Let me know your thoughts on the whole process. And if you didn't pre-order Switch 2, how do you feel? Are you like, told you so kind of vibe? Like, what's going on there? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video or live stream. And until then, keep on gaming. Get hyped for the Switch 2. In the meantime, everybody rest up. Have a good one.